Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to Sunday, August the 6th. That's our neighbors down the road. Where I go down there and turn around. This plane has been circling over it. Something flew by. What just flew by when I was going to get my camera?
I think it was one of the neighbors. Down this way.
And that little plane.
Yep. I think.
Here he comes. That ought to make some dust. This wind and this dry, that's scary. Yeah, here comes the big truck. We'll walk out there in the field. Look at it bellowing up over there. Yeah, and this is the one time that the wind it seems to be blowing kind of south and east. It's normally coming right at us this way, so it'd be blowing it right to us. Man, the least little thing will go like a tinderbox this time of year. I'd like to fly my drone out there, but that's highly illegal to go over something like this. Yeah, they're sending more vehicles this way. There's the airplane. He's been keeping a good eye on it. Kelly comes flying in the house. Oddly enough, I was just checking the batteries on my Mini 3 Pro. I couldn't get it to update a couple weeks ago. Said there was some kind of a network problem. Try later. Well, I was just going in there checking the batteries. Literally, that's what I was doing. Because, you know, they burn themselves down. And I was going to go out here for a little fly. Kelly goes, well, it's quite windy out here. I said, well, the Mini 3 Pro can handle that. And then she comes flying, you need to come out here right now. She goes, is that smoke? I go, absolutely that's smoke. Listen to him coming. Oh, that's sending an ambulance down there. That's not good either. Boy, it sounds like there's something heavy coming through here. Oh yeah, buddy. Big old tanker. Alright, so as you can see, got it under control. Our closest neighbor to us, heading that way, he come riding up on his TW200, and he's covering, so I think he's a volunteer firefighter. He's an ex-Marine and stuff. He's a guy that don't mess around. He's when I've told you when I get a new motorcycle and we pass on the road, he all but runs me over the road. Who are you? What are you doing down here? Man, he's brutal. But anyway, he was down there and he goes, it's done. Because we're walking down there and we were almost to his house when he come, and I said, where's the motorcycle coming from down there? And I realized it was him as he was coming up. And they got it right before it hit the trees, before it goes up that mountain. And they're not sure of the cause, but they were able to cut it out. So that's cool. It's windy out here. I switched mic, so I have a windsock. I'm just not using the open phone, but it's kind of mono-y and doesn't sound that good. But you guys, I thought I'd do something different today, because that kind of spoilt the idea of going for a ride, even though it's windy and that'd be fun. But anyway, wondering if you guys have ever wondered how I'm filming the stuff with the RC cars and other things that I do. So I set myself up a little table here, revealing just instantly gimbals. One of them's fairly new. When I bought that Insta360, I got a smoking deal. Man, it's amazing how much dust gets around everywhere, and dog hairs. Anyway, I got a smoking deal on a package deal with the Insta360 X3 and the Insta360 Flow, it's called. Isn't that nice and compact? You stick that in your pocket. I love the see-through backing to it, though you can't really tell out here. But you can see all the internals in it. I'm using a tripod now, not a gimbal one, but see if I can set this thing up right quick, and I'll give you a how-to. Hold on, I'll just be right back. So anyway, it's really simple to use, and I'm going to show you the next one here last. They have these magnetic clips that connects to your phone. I'm missing one other component here. Hold on just one second. Something had to have happened, because now Life Flight just flew over the top of our house. Looks like he's going out there to the land. He said everything was okay. Maybe somebody got hurt. There you go, he's pulling back up. He's just circling through and just dumping loads of water. There he is. Looks like he's going for another pass. I know that's digital zoom. I apologize for it. Yeah. Good old boys, boy, they went into action quick, didn't they? That is impressive. Gotta love the first responders, boy. Anyway, the reason I went back was to grab my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I thought about something. The 15, whatever it's going to be, will be released about the time I'm taking off on that trip to Utah and Colorado. But you'll see that both of these are using a similar setup with these clips. You just simply clip it in the middle of the phone. It rides in the back there, and these things magnetize themselves to each other. So this one, you just simply roll it. Another fire and rescue truck going down. But anyway, you just roll it out. Bam, she opens up and she wakes up. So I'm going to turn it off for the sake of lack of camera room here. So I'm boot it down. So what you do is you take your phone and you'll see that there's a notch. They click together. You make sure that it's locked in like that. And I just boot it back up. And I'll show you how this works. So it boots up and there you go. You got a gimbal. And you double click here if you want to do oh, the phone's not on, so it probably will ignore this. Oh, no, it doesn't. So you do landscape, and you just gimbal away there. You got your phone, and it's just smooth as glass. Well, this one has kind of a cool feature to it. Let me just boot it back down again. So, pop the camera off so it's not just floundering. So this one has a cool feature that, because the grip is small, very compact, but you can pull this grip out and you have an extension. And beyond that, you pull it further and it has a built-in tripod. But it has a really weak point to it. And let me put the camera back on so I can demonstrate this. So you got her out here and she's blowing in the wind. It's the tripod is very unstable, but it is a gimbal, and what I've seen, you don't notice anything. But they warn you about putting this in sand and stuff because of all the mechanics of it. So it's fairly dainty. But when you have it back together, you just slip everything in here, close everything down. When it's all back together, you got a 1/4-20 tripod at the bottom, and you can hook a different tripod mount on it. And the same, you just reverse what you did to start it. You just roll it over, and it compacts, slips together. It's all one piece. Super simple, super easy. Take the clip off. I don't want to accidentally boot. That phone hasn't been booted up since September of last year. You can see how you can get off the Osmos the same way. But this is the bag they supply with it. DJI doesn't supply anything. This is a bag that I got from Amazon. This is the DJI Osmo 6. Very similar clip style, but it comes with a nice tripod that goes really wide and really flat. Very flat and low. I use that tripod with the Insta360 Flow. That's what I'm recording with, because that one's really low. This one, by comparison, the height of them together is pretty much the same. And they're almost the same size. Not enough to even write home about. Controls and everything will work virtually the same way. This one has a zoom wheel on the side. Both have joysticks and battery meters and everything you need. But this one has a cool locking feature where this one keeps spinning around. You unlock it, and this one will do the same thing. As soon as I open it, she wakes up. And that's what she looks like. And then you put the clip on the same way with the DJI, and it works the same. They say the DJI has a little more power, it can handle more weight, but in use it seems like the DJI seems to me like it's a little more powerful, but they work exactly the same. And to shut it down, you simply fold it, get it in this, you'll hear it go click, and it locks. Nothing moves. And this little case is really handy for storing it. Like I say, a tripod. Really nice, very wide, very stable. That's shaking on the cardboard on top of the bistro table. And you can use it like this. And both of them have a built-in extension pole that slides out. Oh, gotta get that out of the way. I guess I gotta turn it on. Both of them have an extension pole that's about the same. So you can like film upside down like I do with the RC cars. And with this long tripod, you can hold it and hold it even lower. I mean, you get really down to the ground with this thing. Look how long that sucker is. The Osmo's a little shorter, but it does a good enough job. And both of them have the ability to move this back and forth. Like if you want the ultimate selfie thing, or you want to film in a horizontal way, the gimbal will react and ride horizontal. But yeah, cool stuff. That's how I get them crystal smooth shots of the drones and other things. When I'm even using it, I don't always use it. I get lazy and just walk out there with another setup, which is what I'm using right now. Hang tight, I'll show you that. This is a behind the scenes of what I was just doing. That's just a 13 sitting in the same thing. And this thing has now I've lost my two hands. It's got a push button lock for that ball. These are Manfrotto's, both of them. The phone holder and this just a tripod. I've had this thing probably 20 plus years. I've used this thing to death. Greatest, I mean, very, very sturdy, heavy duty. But that's great. I just squeeze this, align the camera how you want it, adjust it, and I can actually make it fall if I push the button. It's pretty stable once you lock it down. But yeah, that's the tools I use. I thought you guys might think that was interesting. Whoa, that's unstable with the camera like that. I was done with the video. I was setting up a thumbnail thing here. First time in a long time using my Fuji X105 or V. What a killer camera. So I did all the updates on this thing and charged my batteries up for it. Start using that again, using this thing. The pictures out of this thing is amazing. This is like the king of street photography cameras. It's a single focal length lens. It's about a 32 millimeter or something like that. It's equivalent to 38, but I forget what it is. I think it says there. I don't have my glasses on though. But yeah, crazy. You want something zoomed in, get up off your butt and go to it. But yeah, and I found this old-fashioned, my first 35 millimeter films were actually some Kodaks, believe it or not, that my grandfather gave me. And actually it was my Uncle Charles that bought 2 of them when he was in the Navy, one for my dad and one for himself. It was for his wedding. And the one for my dad ended up in my grandfather's hands. My grandfather gave it to me. It wasn't even his to give away, but it was a Kodak 35 millimeter. Everything was absolutely manual. Everything was manual. There was nothing automatic anywhere. Focus, exposure, shutter speed, everything. Had to manually set the ASA on it and everything else. It was nuts. That got me into photography, but it had a leather case that it was in that reminds me of this. And I've got an old Canon G1X that's by the same company called Mega Gear or something like that. Well, I found one for this Fuji, and it's great. People think you're really old school when you pull that thing out, but it's a brand new camera. Well, it's a couple years old now, but it's still the current one. And they just keep updating software. Fuji's really good with that. But anyway, that's it for all the show and tell stuff for the day. You know, the excitement with the neighbors and stuff. But thankfully everybody's okay. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, what a exciting beginning of the vlog.
Yeah.
Which was later in the day, but you know, I had 101 things going. You know, figuring out forms and all this paperwork I could do for BRP. I got to become a vendor for them to get paid back and all this other stuff. And yeah, a lot of like legal stuff. Crazy.
Makes your brain hurt.
Yeah, makes my brain hurt. And a lot of those things I don't understand. I do some research to figure out what they were. And so I'll send them things off to my contact tomorrow and see. And there's something else they want me to do for them too that'll be yet another source of income, which is nice. Mm-hmm. And we'll discuss that later. I'm sure there's some legal stuff that's got to happen there too. But
yep.
That's cool. I'm getting in tight with the old burp boys.
Yes, we like the burp boys.
Yep. Anyway, I'm glad everyone's okay and
buildings are safe.
Yeah.
The woods are safe.
Yeah, they can get the.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you imagine that?
Oh.
That there's a lot of forest out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, on a positive note, it was a nice day. I had fun. That was kind of fun doing camera stuff. I haven't done that in a while. Discussing it anyway. But we're gonna end it on that. The end of the weekend is now.
Yep, she's over. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Bye-bye now.